Okay, so as you can tell, I'm kind of sick. I don't feel that bad, it just sounds bad. But I have my questions and answers written down on a Google Doc. I answered it a few days ago, and then I just completely forgot to record the video. Um, because I had a doctor's appointment, and I was like, well, I could try to rush the video. Um, I was gonna record it on my phone like normal, but it ran out of storage, so I'm gonna do it on the laptop. Um, but for the first question, it says, "What are the purposes of these essays?" And the purpose of like both essays is to kind of talk about how it's like raising a child with disabilities, specifically autism. Um, in Welcome to Beirut, it shows like how shocking it can be to the parents um, when they first get the diagnosis that their child has autism or another disability. They compared it to like being dropped in a war zone, which is actually one of my lines that I'm going to talk about later. And then in Welcome to Holland, it shows or it tells like, how it's like raising a child and how it's they use a metaphor of like you're gonna go to Italy, but then the flight changed and now you're going to Holland. So even though it's not like what you imagined, it's still, you know, you're still gonna have a kid that you're gonna love, and it's gonna work out in the end. The second question: identify 3 lines or phrases from the essays that resonated with you. For the first one, it says, "There you are in Beirut, dropped in the middle of a war," and that's kind of what I was talking about with the last question. That they're comparing it to a war zone, like it's, emotionally kind of, it's shocking. It's emotionally frightening, if that makes sense. Like you're just kind of shocked, like what? The second line that I picked out, the smallest improvement will look like a huge leap to you. Kind of like that if your child does something that to you or another child might be like a small thing, like, okay, that's cool, whatever, that might be like a huge leap to you because, your child has a disability, so it's harder for them. The third one I picked out was, but there's been a change in the flight plan. They've landed in Holland, and there you must stay. It just kind of shows, things don't always go how you planned it or thought it would go. So, it sucks that it's not going how you originally thought, but you're still going somewhere. It's still going to be fun. You're still going to, have a good life with it. It just might be a little bit more difficult. Question 3, some parents of children find Welcome to Holland relatable. Some resent the message instead. Why is that? It's just because it's like, it makes it seem like every situation is the same. Like every child with a disability is the same. They all act the same. Everything has, there's nothing that's unpredictable. Like there's nothing, it's just like kind of dumbing it down, like just making it generic. You know what I mean? And some might think like, oh, they're making it seem like it's such a good thing, but to me it's a lot harder than that, which is also a fair point. Question 4, Welcome to Holland and Welcome to Beirut are written from the perspective of a parent. How would it be different if it was written from the perspective of a sibling? With a parent, they focused on like responsibility, worrying, and like giving and like caring for the kid. As a sibling, it might be more of like growing up with them, especially if they have multiple siblings. They might be like, oh, we all went and did this, but we had to like, do this differently for him because, of how he is. Like he has autism or a different disability. Question 5, how can educators support families with a child with a disability? As an educator, you can give them resources, communicate with them. If anything like happened in the classroom that is unusual with that child, providing resources that the school may have or the community if the parents don't know about it, and then creating an inclusive environment for the child in the classroom that can all help the family with it, and that's what you can do as an educator. that's what I got for the 5 questions, and those are my answers. I was trying to make it faster because I don't know how much storage my laptop has for this video. So, but yeah.